These guys who think they're experts, they literally would see Conor hit that left hand and they would go, God, look at all the flaws. Look at all the flaws in his technique. I saw it. I saw guys who they've never fucking fought or cornered or taught or coached or just watched a lot of fights. And there's value in that. Fights are fucking awesome. But they literally would say, because they're trapped with this dogmatic thinking, they'd be like, Conor has no chance against Floyd Mayweather. For example, like he's so many flaws. He overextends on his left hand. This is a very common one, which is why I'm so happy that left hand was shown cracking Paulie, because it makes them think differently. Fucking Max Keller, man, you said he won't land a single punch. Are you going to say that this week too? Max, you going to say it this week? You still saying it? You going to say it Wednesday? Because fuck, you're going to get a lot of shit from Irish people when Conor starts cracking this guy, man. And I like Max Kellerman. But man, he's going to get a lot of shit from a lot of Irish people. I'll tell you that right now. But so I've seen it. Twitter, rants. Let me explain to you why McGregor will get beaten by this. He has no chance. And the very reasons they explain are the very reasons he has a chance, but they're too fucking far up their own asses to see it. It's incredible. It's so neat to watch. Conor overextends on his left hand. You can't do that in boxing. Define can't. So I just saw him hit Paulie Malignaggi with that overextended left hand. No, you can't do that in boxing. You can't. What do you mean can't? I hear can't all the time. You hear can't from people all the fucking time. He did. Max. He did. Dude on the internet. He did. So why? And this is where the whole thing comes together. This is where the whole thing fucking comes together. Is that's a doctrine. That's dogma. They call it whatever word you want. They're institutions. They're established systems. I call it over-specialization. Dogmatic belief that we cannot use the guard, or we cannot overextend on our left hand. Are you following me here? All of these cannot, or all of these always, or all of these never, that are part of training boxing, is where they're going to get disrupted. And I'll tell you why. It'll make sense. I swear to you. It's sound logic. Because they're not fucking true. These truths, these rules, even fundamentals, we can call them on some level. Of course there are fundamentals, but not all of them are. You got to put the fun back in the fundamentals and explore them. Always put your hand in this place. Always keep your hands up. Always keep your hands up. Sounds like good advice. Michael Page. Anderson Silva. Always keep your hands up. They're the best ever. What did they do? They broke a simple rule. Because it's not a rule. It's a guideline. It's a principle. Right? When Conor McGregor said Bruce Lee shit, I was like, thank you. This is all just Bruce Lee shit. All of it. And yet boxing, motherfuckers, all these alwayses and nevers. Never overextend with your left hand. Nobody said why. They just accept it. It's one of the doctrines. It's one of the rules, boys. Always tie your gloves this way. Carry the towel like this. We got to use this terminology when we're commentating it. And never overextend on your straight right hand. In Conor's case, left. Okay, coach, I won't. Why not, coach? You'll get countered. Done. Only thing is, Conor didn't do that. What happened? Why wouldn't he listen? Because I can't fucking believe, I'm sorry, it just hit me. People who don't know, will literally see Conor's left hand. And somehow, because they've got doctrines rammed all the way up there too, they will look at it and go, see, that's a flaw. It's not a fucking flaw. It's a variation. You're projecting. It's not a flaw. It's a variation. He knocked out Aldo. He knocked out Eddie. He knocked out Seaver. He knocked out fucking every one of them with the left hand, except for that kid Nathan. You can't knock that guy out. Although he got kicked in the head once, he got knocked out. That's rough. That is rough. Nate's fucking man. Couldn't knock that guy out. Everybody else knocked it out with it. Oh, yeah, it'll never work on Floyd. Listen, this variation is why he hit Paulie. Because you have to go back to how it happened and why it happened and why, if he's going to win this fight, he's not a boxer, therefore he can't win. He's not a boxer, therefore he can win. Because no boxer's beaten Floyd. But he's not a boxer. But it's boxing. There's no such thing as boxing. Right? So why does he throw that left hand like that? It's wrong. We know it's wrong. Every boxing analyst is going to look at it and laugh. It's wrong. Look at, he's so heavy out on his front foot. He's almost crossing his torso. His left foot is coming off of the ground. He's reaching so far forward. Oh, look at this. If he knocks Floyd out with it, fucking drilled Paulie with it. I thought it wouldn't work. Max. Thought I couldn't hit him, Max. I don't mean to be going after Max Kellerman, Okay. So you tell 10,000 fighters, don't overextend with your left hand. In fact, you repair that variation. Teach it out of them. Ball of the foot down, pelvis parallel. These are some of the things they will teach you. Drive the ball of the foot into the ground like you're putting out a cigarette. Connor's foot is fucking, that cigarette's flying through the air. Didn't even put it out. Keep your pelvis bone parallel with the ground. Connor's fucking pelvis bone is all the way up in the air like this. Don't punch across your body. Fucking Connor's cranked the whole entire thing. They'll correct all that out of 10,000 fighters. But this one, more likely his coach and him together, because they have this interesting symbiotic relationship. Coach, I know, and this isn't his coach, but in a scenario like this, you'd go coach. But I landed 10 motherfuckers with my left hand, and he only landed 5 with his right. And we know I hit harder than him. I don't like getting punched in the face any more than the next guy, but the math is in my favor. You're right, Connor. Let's keep throwing the punch that way, and let's work over time to get your head out of the way. By the time he's fighting the Dennis Sievers, the Chad Mendezes, he's getting hit 1 out of 6. 1 out of 7. If Conor McGregor hits you 14 fucking times with that left hand, everybody but that Nathan dude goes to sleep. Everybody. And you hit him twice. He's got a crazy chin. So over time, his chin, it is getting tested as a result, but he's also getting hit less and less and less. And then the ultimate adaptation starts happening. He doesn't get hit at all. And that left hand, he can commit because he knows I'm getting out of the way. I'm getting hit 1 out of 6, 1 out of 7. And not only that, I know what they're going to throw. They're going to throw a fucking right hand at me. And by Eddie, you see the next level of the adaptation, where he's putting Band-Aids on Band-Aids on Band-Aids on his Heinz 57 fucking mongrel dog of a left hand, right? He hits you with the left, and even before you counter, he hits you again. Go back and look at the Eddie stuff. Fucking double lefts, mid-counter. He's intercepting, he's pre-intercepting your counter. He hit you twice now? And more importantly, it's wrong. Right, Floyd? Right, Floyd's coach? Right, every other guy? Right, boxing experts? It's wrong. Is it? If he fucking hits you with it, you hit Paulie with it. Because now, all of that predictive coding in Floyd's brain is seeing, it's had all this time, it's been trained to anticipate certain things, but not these things, because they're fucking wrong, so nobody does them. They're wrong. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. It's not a flaw. It's a variation. It's a fucking variation. And that wrong left hand is exactly one simple example of what we're saying when that guy has to box. No, he doesn't. Because those guys say that's not boxing at all. Boxing, you stomp on the cigarette as you throw it. Your hips are parallel to the ground. You pop it back. You bring it back here. You weave out and you get the fuck out of it. That's boxing. I don't know what this guy's doing. Exactly. He can't win. He's not a boxer. He can win because he's not a boxer. I'll give you one example. It's every example. That corkscrew right hand, he throws it wrong. Does he? Is it wrong? If you think it's wrong, is it wrong? It's not wrong if it lands. And so you see these other words, unorthodox and, unpredictable and herky-jerky and awkward. I don't know what you guys are looking at, man. It's fucking elegant movement. It's incredibly elegant movement. It's just unfamiliar to you guys. You don't know what it is. You don't know what you're seeing. I know you're a boxing expert, but you don't know what the fuck you're seeing. And you watched him do it for an hour the other day. And then you guys sat around and had a little laugh. But what's really going on is you're fearing your extinction. But don't fear your extinction. Because if and when this man wins, first of all, when he wins, I want all y'all to go back and binge on my 5 hours. First of all. And tell everyone else too. Especially you, Max. Max, if you've been with me this long, you're a new man now.